Hello, hello, hello. Mell J's North RVA, make some noise. Y'all look beautiful. Oh my gosh. Out on a Sunday night. Thank you all for being here. My name's Patrick Logan. I'm the host of the show. I do this every first Sunday here. We always have a good time. I'm a local comedian, and I have some of the funniest people I know come through and tell jokes. Y'all ready for that? Y'all wanna have fun? Heck yeah, you wanna hear some jokes? Heck yeah, we have an amazing lineup of comedians tonight. We have Richmond local Jordan Phipps in the building. Heck yeah. And we got Joe Ellis in the building tonight. Make some noise for Joe Ellis. And we got my man Kevin Skiffington and Von Michael coming from Washington, D.C. Make some noise for them, please. Heck yeah. No, I'm really glad you guys are supporting live comedy. This is my dream. This is what I want to do with my life. You know, when I got into comedy, my biggest goal, still to this day, is I want to one day make enough money to help my mom retire. That's my only goal. And I know I can do it. I have a long way to go. Lucky for her, she retired on her own 6 years ago. So I'm in the green. She's proud I'm breaking even tonight. Heck yeah. I visited my parents recently for the first time as an adult. I stayed the night 3 nights in a row. Stayed in my old bedroom and everything. It brought back a lot of memories. And I've got to say, as a 35-year-old man, it was really nice feeling like I was 31 again. I love my mom. My mom got high for the first time last year. Heck yeah. Yeah, she used to hate that I smoked weed, but then it became legal and dark chocolate. She's like, well, I do have back pain. She ordered some gummies off the internet, and I was like, Mom, when you eat these gummies, make sure you have nothing else to do the rest of the day. So a week later, I'm riding in a car with her. She's driving. She's like, Patrick, I'm gonna pull over. I need you to drive. I'm like, what's wrong? Does your back hurt? She's like, no, I can't even feel my back. I messed up. I ate a piece of gummy. So I drove. She said the cutest thing when she got in the passenger seat. She was like, yeah, that was crazy. That was like trying to drive the Millennium Falcon. I'm like, that's the coolest thing you've ever said, Mom. She's like, no, you just started to look like Chewbacca over there. So I said, she started tripping. She's real cute. She texted me recently. She's like, yeah, I've got a drug test coming up for work. Do you think they're gonna know? Do you think I'm gonna get fired? And I was like, well, when was the last time you ate a piece of gummy? She's like, 6 months ago. I'm like, Mom, you're going to jail. No, she's out. Free my mom, y'all. I messed that up. Shouldn't have smoked weed. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, she's cute. Now she really loves weed. She ordered me a gift. She got me some THC infused chapstick. Yeah, I love it. It's good chapstick, but every time I use it, my bottom lip gets higher than my top lip. I don't expect much from myself. And forgive me, guys, my mom took a lot of Tylenol. Right? I don't expect much from myself. My greatest accomplishment is getting a really good job for a multi-billion-dollar company that pays me as much as I hear they're hiring for at Wendy's now. Real proud of that. Multi-billion-dollar company, and I saw a mouse at work recently, just scurried across the floor, peeing and pooping everywhere, eating crumbs off the floor, and I was mad as hell, because I work from home. And I didn't catch it, so it's still at my job right now. I love working from home. Say what you want. Casual Fridays has nothing on Balls Out Thursdays, am I right? Have trouble sleeping? Anybody in here have trouble sleeping? Anybody? I've got the solution. All you got to do is take melatonin, Z-Quil, and chloroform, and you'll knock out immediately. Works every time. She said for days. What have you done? Watch out for her, guys. She's like, it works. I love coffee. Love coffee in the morning, except that one thing. As soon as you drink coffee, you get that instant feeling that you gotta do cocaine because it doesn't work. Love coffee's good. It's been a good year for me. I found out that I developed a hernia this year. Does anybody know what a hernia is? Anybody have a hernia? Oh, so you know a hernia is when your penis is way too big on the inside. Yeah, I've got a hernia. Something I do for my mental health, whenever I'm going through something terrible, I just look up celebrities that have had the same issue as me. So I looked up celebrities with a hernia, and I went from being depressed in my bedroom to feeling like I'm just like The Rock Johnson. Dwayne The Rock Johnson had a hernia. I'm sure we got it the same way, you know, at the gym, straining too hard, on the toilet machine. That's how you get hernias. Yeah, whenever you're, I even got this sick belt just like The Rock. I'm like the champion of hernias and stuff. Mental health, perspective, good for life. Yeah, whenever you're going through something tough, just look up celebrities that have had the same thing happen to them. By the way, did you guys know Kylie Jenner has herpes? I don't know if that's true, but I looked it up and it said it, so I thought, I don't have an outbreak, guys, chill out. All right. Yeah, not a lot has changed since I had a hernia, but sex has changed. This is gonna get a little graphic, guys. Before I had a hernia, sex sounded like this. But now that I have a hernia, sex just sounds like this. I've hit rock bottom, guys. This is 35. I'm a prop comic now. This is terrible. I have hemorrhoids and a hernia. I'm a her now. This is some bullshit. This is... God damn it. Yeah, health. You gotta get your health right. I thought I had a urinary tract infection a couple weeks ago. You know how we get these guys, right? Sir, you look like you've had one. You know, I was doing some risky things with my girlfriend, and then like a week later, I had to pee 100 times in one day. So I rushed to urgent care. I was in such a rush that I accidentally entered into the exit. And I'm like, shit, that's what got me here in the first place. My girlfriend's mom is here tonight. This is fucked up. But they're nurses. I'm like, that is a medical joke. That is, I got some medical material for you. All right, I went to the urologist. I'm an overthinker. I get in the urologist. He asked me to pull my pants down. So I pull my pants down, and then he keeps talking to me for like 5 minutes. I'm like, I don't think he asked me to pull my pants down. The nurse is looking in the corner. He starts touching up here. I'm like, I don't think he asked me to pull my pants down. Then he started touching my balls. I'm like, thank God. Yeah, I had major surgery a few years ago, and I had Medicaid. And the thing about Medicaid, they paid for everything. They paid for everything that happened to me except hydrocortisone suppositories. They're like, unlimited narcotics, we got you. $60,000 surgery, on us. Hydrocortisone suppositories, you're not having fun on our dime. kind of homophobic healthcare is this? If you don't know what hydrocortisone suppository is, I'll show you. I'm just kidding, they're butt things. All right, this is going great. Yeah, I have a girlfriend. Sometimes we joke around about kid names. We got any parents in here? Make some noise, parents. Heck yeah. We were joking about kid names, and I want to run this by you. What do y'all think about this? My girlfriend comes up with Billy Dale. I'm like, let me try this out. Let me practice being a dad. So I'm like, Billy Dale, bring your ass here right now. Come here, Billy Dale. Billy Dale, don't talk to your mom like that. Or Billy Dale, I told you, I got you next weekend. Her mom did not laugh. No, I'm just kidding. She did. No, I told her I was going to tell that joke. She's like, don't say Billy Dale. Somebody's going to take the name. Nobody's taking that name. Plus, DEI is going to make a comeback, and I don't want my son to have a name that's too white, you know? You know what I mean, Josh? You know, I don't know this guy. So we settled on Sean Puff Daddy Combs. All right, I'm going to get out of here in a second, guys. I won't have a girlfriend after this. Darn it. Stay away from that man. No, I'm just kidding. I shouldn't do that. No, I'm a really nice guy. I'm actually a really good boyfriend. I believe in chivalry. We still believe in chivalry, ladies? We believe in it? Heck yeah. I like to do things like open the door or pick up the tab. Another thing you can do, fellas, I don't know if y'all know this, but when you're walking in the city with your lady, men are actually supposed to walk closer to the road. Y'all know that? Yes, because we as men have to protect our women from other women drivers. It is dangerous out there. If you like that advice, I'm writing a book. It's called How to Make Women Calm Down. Chapter number 1. Don't let your girlfriend find this book. She'll, No, I do like telling that joke. Every time I tell that joke, an old man comes up to me. He's like, you know the real reason why men walk closer to the road is because before plumbing existed, people would dump their waste buckets out of the window and it would hit the street and splash up and men would take the hit. And every time an old man comes up and tells me that, he smells like shit, all right? So I'm just trying to get ahead of it. Guys, you ready for a fun show tonight? Make some noise. I'm just your host. Let's get this thing on the road. First up, one thing we like to do here, we like to make this a community thing. So we got a local comic popping in with a tight 5. Let's give it up for my man, Danny McCabe. Make some noise for him.
Give it up for me, I'm Pat Logan's girlfriend's mom! How are we doing tonight, guys? Good, I know what your first question is. How did I cut my finger? Can't tell you how, but I can tell you why, for attention. Just kidding, I cut it at work, but I was trying to get my boss's attention. It worked, I'm getting workers' comp, woo! Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna get it out of the way before you hear it from any other comic. I just got back from the Riyadh Comedy Festival. They rejected me. No, I'm just kidding. No one in Saudi Arabia has ever heard of Richmond. They never heard of us, all right? They were like, PBR, possums, polycules, jihad. I can make that joke. I'm part Middle Eastern. A lot of people are like, damn, he's a cracker. I'm like, no, I'm a pita chip. Only slightly so, you know? They're like, oh, they heard the Irish name. It's like, nope. Surprise. Majority on the other side. Oh my God. I was taken back earlier. They had the fan on. Fans for guys with hairlines like me are like dangerous, right? Because like at some point we always look like a fast-moving Muppet, you know? Kind of doing something like that, like, It's bad. It's bad. It's a serious issue, all right? There aren't enough problems for this. And I'm really into serious issues. Like, I'm really passionate about climate change. I used to work in climate change research. And having a thinning, receding hairline and studying receding coastlines, it gets serious, because then you can track how far the coastlines are going in and like how far your hairline's going back at the same time. And they correlate, it's just like, this one's going in 200 yards and yeah, I'm gonna have to start wearing a hat full time. Cool, all right. Pro bald audience. I'll tell you one thing about it though, the inconvenient truth is me having an active HIMS account. Cool. Give it up for me. I cut my hand. I don't have any health insurance. That's awesome. Oh my God. RFK has had me on edge lately. He said that mothers who take Tylenol while they're pregnant can have autistic children. And I asked my mom and she was like, all the time. And I was like, fuck, so I need to get myself tested, right? But I don't have insurance, so I can't see a psychiatrist, no mental health help, so I thought of the next best thing. I went to a Super Smash Brothers tournament. I lost. Oof. Symptomatic, but not proven. I saw a commercial the other day. You guys familiar with edible arrangements? Yeah, absolutely, right? All right, you guys gotta hear the premise of this commercial. It's nuts. All right, so there are there's like a married couple, right? And they're both taking a, whatchamacallit, like a, one of those 23andMe DNA tests, right? And they find out that they have like a great-grandfather in common. And like then, the scene ends at like the most tense point and then like, comes with the ad for edible arrangements. It's like, found out you're related to your partner? Send them a melon basket. Or something like that. But like, I think there's a lot of things wrong with this because how many people find out that they're accidentally related to their partner enough for it to be a marketable group? I mean, think about it, It's just like, like their biggest sale is Mother's Day. I mean, at that point, wouldn't it be Oedipal arrangements? But you do have to give it up for them, right? I mean, their fruit is all organic. They don't even use insecticide. All right, I'll leave you guys on one last one here. Actually, I got two quick ones. Has everyone heard about this cat at our Lowe's here in Richmond? Francine, my God. How many of y'all think she's coming back? We hope so. I like that. That's the best response. I told that joke last night, and some people were like, she's coming back. And I'm like, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. I'm like, I'm a cat dad. But I think the coolest thing out of all of this is like, isn't the whole story kind of like Pixar's wet dream? This beloved cat in a town runs away and has to find its way home. Fuck, that's coming out after Toy Story 5, am I right? But here's the thing, is I do want Francine back, and here are the terms that I'm willing to offer. I will suffer through another water crisis just to get that cat back. All right, we're a dog crowd. Thank you guys so much. I'm Danny McCabe.
Keep it going for Danny McCabe, the cat guy. Keep it going for him. Well, we're gonna keep this thing rolling. Your next comic, you're gonna love her. She's a little new to the Richmond comedy scene, but you're gonna enjoy her. Let's make some noise for Jordan Phipps. Yeah.
Danny McCabe has a receding hairline, so does my ex. My ex also has erectile dysfunction, and his name is E. Rector. So guys, hi, I'm Jordan Phipps. I like sandwiches. Do you guys like sandwiches? Fuck yeah. I'm actually a proud member of this new club in Richmond. It's called the BLT Club. Did you guys know that Richmond had like an official BLT club? Me either. I joined it by accident. I thought I was joining the LGBT club. I have dyslexia. I mean, I saw that there were 3 letters, the G was missing, and I was like, no, like, I'm just the G. Like, this is a cool club. That's what the kids say these days, right? I also was reading the contract, and instead of, okay, so I read avocados, right? And I was like, I speak un poco español. That's clearly advocates.
Phone connected.
In Spanish. I love sandwiches. I went to Subway after a hard day at work to decompress recently, and I ordered a 6-inch, and I'm just waiting, processing the day, and then it's time for the veggies. I look down, and I'm like, damn, this dude's packing 12 inches. And I'm like a little concerned, because I'm like, is this his way of flirting with me? Like, he's giving me a foot-long sub, but charging me for 6 inches. That's really sweet. But I was actually a little bit nervous. I was like, is he gonna make me pay for a foot-long sub because he wasn't fucking listening? You know, and he was flirting with me. I paid for a 6-inch, and I devoured the whole thing. I want you guys to know that I'm a big girl and I can take all 12 inches. My tummy will hurt after. My tummy did hurt after, but this time it wasn't because of the sandwich, it was because the Subway guy gave me butterflies. I have anxiety. Does anyone else have anxiety? People say that butterflies are bad, and they are. It's your sympathetic nervous system saying, hey, you're getting chased by a bear. But I feel like everything gives me butterflies. So my new boundary is, as long as I don't shit my pants the day of the date, then I'll go on the date. And even then, it's not like an evolutionary thing. It's not like, oh, my brain is telling me that he's Jeffrey Dahmer. It's just because it's gross. If you shit your pants before a date, maybe don't go on it. At least spread your cheeks in the shower, you know? I did find my way to the LGBT club eventually. I'm bisexual. Any fruities in the audience? I don't know. We fruity. It's a big part of my identity. Give it up for my identity. Thank you. It's actually kind of embarrassing. I'm not to say that I'm like bad at being gay. You can't be bad at being gay. I just have a bad way of communicating to women that I have crushes on them. Like, okay, I was talking to this girl, right? And we were hitting it off. We were getting close. We were smiling, making eye contact, and she did this with her hair. So I gave her a wet willy. She didn't like it. What else was I supposed to do? Your ears out. And then, so my new tag now is to say, come here often to ladies, and I thought it was a pretty good tagline, except my male friend told me, Jordan, that's stupid. Girls don't come. And you know what I told his ass? I said, that's right, buddy. Because here's the thing, girls, you can get girls to completion, but he's not ready to hear that yet. And this is gonna be an amazing experience for him. He's gonna make a girl finish on accident and be like, whoa, sex is really cool. And then I'm gonna be jealous because he's pulling ladies and I'm not. We love our males. He's a respectful guy. Another respectful guy is my little brother. He's 10, and he sent me a picture of Sabrina Carpenter one day and was like, Jordan, she's so beautiful. What a cutie pie. That's so sweet, because this was a sexy photo shoot of Sabrina Carpenter. Like, she had tiny, tiny little clothes on. She was contorted all these different ways. At one point, her crotch was in the air. I saw the pictures, and I was like, come to mama, you know? So I'm no better than a middle school boy. That's pretty cool. We wonder about my brother. He hasn't had a girlfriend, hasn't had a boyfriend. He's 10. What he does have is a perfume collection. But he's still very much a middle school boy. Like, he all over himself. But instead of Axe body spray, Chanel number 5. This stench is designer. So the way we go, so my mom's a lesbian. I have 3 siblings. Woo-hoo. I have 3 siblings, and my 2 sisters are also openly queer. So statistics-wise, we don't know. We say that my brother is pending. And my dad's just a good advocate. In Spanish, that would be avocado bueno. Let's talk more about my upbringing. So I'm from the mountains. I'm from Southwest Virginia. Rocks and plants, that's the whole thing. But it's beautiful. And there's also coal mines and there's crystal mines. So naturally, yes, I am a crystal girl. Is anyone hip with crystals? That's okay. I ask people a lot, what do you think my favorite crystal is? And they always say amethyst, and I don't know much about amethyst. I think that's just the only crystal people know. But they're wrong. My favorite crystal is meth. Are you guys surprised? I told you I was from the mountains. Like, it's a family business. We're all family over there, you know? I don't know if the inbred allegations are true. I'm just saying when I was dating in high school, I dated guys from out of town. But you know what? We love community. Just, not in front of me. I like rocks. I bring geodes to bars now, which are big rocks. They're very sparkly, very shiny, very heavy. And I bought one for my friend the other day, and I brought it into the bar because we went to the bar afterwards, and they let me in with the rock, but they took away my pepper spray. And I just think that guys, ladies, tinier people, let's start bringing rocks to bars. Self-defense rocks, am I right? We're gonna David and Goliath those motherfuckers. I work with children. I work with children with autism. Tylenol thing is crazy. We're not even gonna talk about it. I like to joke that autism is contagious and that we should make a vaccine for it. That would take that, Republicans. I do a lot of things they do. Like, eye contact makes me uncomfortable. Walking on your tiptoes, super fun. Love it. But they've taught me a lot about trains, which I know is a stereotype. But who loves trains? Can I get a choo-choo? Fuck yeah. This guy at a bar was trying to show me up the other day. He was like, I can run a train. No, let me see your conductor license, you piece of shit. What a liar. And I was like, no, we're gonna plan a time to run this train. You're gonna bring Thomas, you're gonna bring Percy, and maybe even Mr. Conductor. We're gonna get this sorted out. So I get there, and there's no locomotives. Amateur. Just guys. There's a bunch of guys there, and they have boners. And they wanted a different caboose. It was this one. I'll try anything once. My name is Jordan Phipps. Give it up for Patrick Logan.
Hey guys, that was Jordan Phipps' first 10 minutes doing stand-up comedy. Make some noise for him. He's like a goddamn professional. Look at that. Look at that. Heck yeah. You guys are in for a treat. Your next comic was Adderall, Tylenol pills. Your next comic was recently featured on Kill Tony, the #1 live podcast in the world, and she's lovely. Make some noise for Joe Ellis, everybody.
Thank you, Patrick. I really appreciate you inviting me out. I don't think this green works for me. I don't know. I was staring at it the whole time. I'm like, do I get in it? Does it mess up all of the video that I'm recording? I don't know. My name is Joe Ellis, and I've served in the military for 16 years as a Black Hawk pilot. Thank you. Thank you. I would hold your applause because a few months ago, President Trump, he fired me for being trans. He said, "Happy Pride Month, you're fired." So I figured I'd start my career in stand-up comedy. I hear it's very lucrative, so here I am, giving it my best shot. You know, I was always self-conscious about my voice. I thought it would give me away for being trans, but men I've been with actually said it was my dick. Yeah. That answered that question. You know, when I walk into a room and men find out I'm trans, they ask themselves two questions. Does she still have a dick? And then they say, well, would I fuck her? And the answer is yes, 9 times out of 10. Sir, you with the glasses, I see you, you were wondering. It's yes. It's yes. Being fired for being trans is not the only surprise I had this year. I was also accused of crashing my Black Hawk into the airliner in DC back in January. I don't know if y'all saw that, it kind of blew up. Yeah, there it is. Accused of being a trans terrorist that committed a murder-suicide, killing 67 people, including myself. Quite a feat. I'm not sure if I can top that. Like, how do you become more famous than being dead? I don't think it can be done. I think I peaked a little early on that one. I can't even go and crash my Black Hawk now intentionally because no one would fucking believe it. They'd be like, this bitch, nah, she ain't dead. Fool me once. I mean, you all know the rest. I don't want to have a George Bush moment. Fool me once. Yeah, a little conservative history for y'all. During the doxing process, when they were putting my whole family at risk, it was really scary. The online mob was coming after me. I was trending number 2 on Twitter that weekend. Not to brag, but yeah, it was really scary, and they found out I'm converting to Judaism. Strange fact, any Jews here? No, only the superior race. That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. It's okay, I can make that joke, I'm Jewish. Yeah. If you haven't noticed, my hobby lately is collecting identities that people hate. You know, I've got trans, I've got Jew-ish, I've got woman-ish, I'm really into CrossFit, we never shut up about that. Yeah, that's pretty bad, that's like being a vegan, right? I think the worst though, my favorite band is Nickelback. Yeah, that's the worst offense, that's the worst offense! You can't come back from that. I'm pretty much a DEI wet dream. If DEI wasn't dead, I would be living the dream. But this is what you voted for, America. I could have been flying my Black Hawk right now, but instead I'm here telling dick jokes. That's worth $1 million of military training, right? Dick jokes? I think so. Yeah, Doge approved. I was married for 11 years to a lovely woman, and we're no longer together, and in fact she's my number 1 still. She still supports me, and she's right here. And she's still supporting me. Yeah, give it up for her, give it up for her. She's actually here with her boyfriend who I've never met before until tonight. And when she told me she was bringing him, I was like, I gotta hand it to him, that's brave. To come to a comedy show where the ex is performing and could dedicate 10 minutes to just them. No, it is really cool. It's pretty interesting. He's actually from Belgium. And he does kind of look like the singer in Eurovision, right? Like, he's a good-looking guy. He's really a good-looking guy. It's kind of funny because Belgium, like, that was where our honeymoon was. It was almost like some foreshadowing going on. And if you haven't been to Belgium, it's really beautiful. We were in Bruges. And in Bruges, there's all these chocolate shops down the street, and they have chocolate in the windows, and they have interesting shapes. There was a lot of chocolate penises. And it made me wonder, if Belgium is known for, you know, chocolate-shaped penises, does a Belgian penis taste like chocolate? She won't tell me, I've asked. And what flavors would it be? Like white, milk, dark? Does it matter with the ethnicity? I mean, there's got to be a cream filling, right? Like, if you're good. No, it's really cool. My ex is actually from Poland originally. He's from Belgium. I'm American. It's like a NATO summit where once again the American did all the work and the Europeans get the benefits. Another poli-sci joke for y'all. Thank you so much. So much. Yeah. It makes sense that she would ease back into men with someone from Belgium because she's kind of bossy. She likes to call the shots, and Belgium is known for giving up early. You know, that's a historical reference to World War II. They did surrender pretty quick. I think it was 18 minutes they lasted. Hopefully he lasts longer. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't do any more. I promised I'd be good. So, I was married to her for 11 years, and when I came out to her as trans, she said, "Joe, I love you, but I see you as a woman now, and I'm just not into women like that." And on the one hand, that's really affirming to be seen, and on the other hand, it fucking sucked, you know, because I still loved her, and we're still compatible in every way except the bedroom. And early on, I tried to make it work. I said things like, well, we could turn off the lights. You could close your eyes. You know, just like straight couples do it. It didn't work. At one point, she was like, well, Joe, you don't even have a hairy chest anymore, and I like that about you. Like, shit, is that all this takes? Like, I'm trans, I'm 1 degree separation from a furry. I could put on a costume and make that work. It didn't work, no. And because I'm religious, I prayed. I got down on my knees and I prayed. I said, dear God, please make my wife a lesbian. And this is the best posture for praying. We get your knees, hips, shoulders in line, eyes are closed. But I was raised Protestant. Now the Catholics, they have a slightly different posture, and you gotta keep your eyes open, otherwise he doesn't answer your prayers. I guess what I'm trying to say is, thank you. Yes, blowjob jokes, religion jokes. We do it all here in Richmond. What I'm really trying to say is you can't pray them to become gay any more than you can pray them to be straight. Conversion therapy doesn't work either direction. Otherwise, I would be pro-conversion therapy, pro-converting my wife into loving me again. That's a little sad, but it's okay. She still loves me in her own way. So I am dating now, and I date men and women. I've never dated men before, so this is new. And it's interesting. I'm what they would call a pansexual, or as I call it, I'll take any sexual. As you can tell, I'm just lonely. Anything, doesn't matter. Bi women tend to like me the most, and they say I'm the best of both worlds. And I think you can understand based on what I've described. I'm emotionally available, and I can still open jars. See, y'all thought I was gonna go dirty on that one, but I didn't. I took the high road, but y'all are in the gutter. You're a dirty, dirty crowd, Richmond. Dirty, dirty crowd. It is great to be here. I was in Austin, Texas, where I was doing Kill Tony, among other shenanigans. And it's nice to be back in Richmond. This is my hometown, and I love it here. And it's really hot in Richmond, too. I mean, in Texas. And that's not great for makeup and plastic surgery. But no, one thing I did have in common with people in Texas is they're pro-Second Amendment, and I too am pro-Second Amendment. Anyone else here pro-Second Amendment? Guns? You like your guns? Yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, I love my guns. You know, us trannies are always packing something. No, I love my guns. I love them so much. Every time someone's mean to me online or in person, I actually buy another gun. And it's getting excessive. You know, I buy so many guns, like, I only came out of the closet to make room for more guns. That's actually how much I love the guns. Let's see here. One more, I think, right? Love the guns. And, you know, it's interesting because I'm on hormones. People ask me, well, Joe, should you be around guns? Because I've heard that, you know, all the hormone therapy and stuff you're on makes you unstable and dangerous. And I said, no, I'm getting emotional every once in a while, kind of like a woman on her period, but not unstable. I mean, not unstable enough to shoot up a Catholic school. Thank you so much for y'all's time. My name is Joe Ellis. Have a good one. Give it up for Patrick Logan!
One more time for Joe Ellis, everybody. We still having fun? We having fun? All right, we got two more comedians. These guys that we got coming up are professionals. I've worked with them a lot, and I'm really glad to have them here tonight. Make some noise for Kevin Skiffington, everybody. Let's give it up for him. Thank you. Far too kind, everyone. Far too kind. If I knew I was going to be called a professional, I would have dressed a little bit better. All right. All right. I would have thought about it for a second. All right. We're having fun. Yeah, it's been a fun night. Is it okay to just be dumb? Can we be dumb and silly? Is that okay? Have fun. All right. Were you the wife? All right, congrats. He's very attractive. All right. This one, I don't know if everyone can see, but I would have gone that way too. Would have been my choice. No, we're having fun. We're being dumb. I got hacked. I just want to put that out there in case I say something offensive. All right, I just want to get out ahead of it. All right. But I did. I got hacked. All my information got compromised. Has that happened to anybody else? That happened to you? No, you're just like, yeah, it happened to them. All right. No, you use 100 passwords? All right. Because I had like 3. It was apparently not the best choice. But yeah, they got me, and I was starting to worry because I have a lot of accounts that I don't know the passwords to, right? And they did, right? Like, that's not fair. Like, they should have at least had to tell me what they were before they did everything. But yeah, I was trying to think of all the accounts they got into, and I was like, they probably got in my bank account. So I called up my bank, and I was like, hey, I think they got me. And the guy at the bank said, yeah, it looks like they got into your account and then saw your balance and realized it wasn't worth the effort. Which is rude, right? Because he didn't have to say that. They didn't get any money, right? He could have been like, oh, our super sophisticated software stopped them. And I would have believed and trusted him until my dying day. Instead, he chose to tell me, you're too poor to rob. Which is just rude, right? They got into other accounts. They got into my Planet Fitness account and just paid for a year. Which is like ruder than the bank guy. All right, they got into my Tinder and still couldn't find me a date. Like, were they even trying? This day and age, you can't trust the fraudsters anymore. They used to be respectable people that could find you a date. And get a lot of money from them too, all right? It was a good racket. But the account that I was worried about the most that they got into was Spotify, because I could just see them in there vibing, so I knew they got in. But I started to panic, because if you don't know, Spotify is a music site that keeps track of all the artists you listen through throughout the year. And in December, they make a big hubbub about it. They're like, this is your #1 artist. This is your most played artist. You love this artist. You would die for this artist. So what happens come December when it says my #1 artist is Drake? Yeah, not this year. How am I going to explain that to my friends? I can't. So I've just been spamming the new Taylor Swift album to try and fix it, right? Because I can explain being attracted to the Travis Kelce, but I can't explain Drake to my friends. But we'll figure it out. All right. You guys listen to Drake? No? Who's your favorite artist? You like Taylor Swift? All right. Everyone else, are we Taylor Swift fans? All right. Thought we were gonna go Hillsong, but not tonight. Are we drinking? All right. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Thank you. What do you got? Long Island?
Yeah.
Just a beer, all right? All right, keeping it classy. Coors Light, all right. Were the mountains blue? Because you gotta check. Because someone should give me a Coors when the mountains weren't blue and I had to fight them. All right, you give me a warm beer, that's trouble. But you guys might know the answer to this question. What's the difference between DUI and DWI? So while in under, we all know what the acronyms mean. What's the difference, right? Does anybody in here know? No? All right. Are there any lawyers in here? No, they're all waiting for me back in Arlington. All right. Any cops? All right, cool. I can drive home tonight. I'm just trying to figure out how much fun we can have tonight, and apparently it's a lot. Based on that, we can pound a couple more Coors Lights, all right, and we'll have fun. I'm dumb though. I've just been assuming that DWI had to be twice as bad, right? Because that W, all right? You guys know how that. We went over this. We're gonna be dumb, all right? Not every joke's gonna be. Sometimes we're just gonna laugh about numbers and letters, all right, and have fun, all right? We'll get the coloring. Yeah. Have you ever just told someone you had a DUI just so you don't have to give them your ride home? Because that's like my go-to move. It works all the time. Especially like if you're an Uber driver, right? They do not cancel fast enough. It's real great. I tore my MCL about a month ago. All right, normally people applaud me for that. Because that's like an injury that athletes get, and most people are surprised that I have the same injury as an athlete. Because I don't know if you guys have eyes, but don't exactly look like an athlete. But I did. I tore my MCL walking. Well, I guess more specifically falling. All right. And I'm old enough to where I can tear my MCL walking, but young enough that I didn't go to the hospital. All right. Oh no, I'm good. I'm healed. I bet on my body, and it worked. All right? Maybe. We'll see. Time will tell. But no, it was, my downfall was a slight decline on the sidewalk. That's what got me. To be fair though, the sidewalk was brick. I don't know if you've ever walked on expert mode, but brick's the hardest. Right? All right, legendary sand, and I didn't work my way up that high, but brick's the hardest. And so what happened was I rolled my ankle and my leg decided it was gonna stay in the same place, which was the wrong choice because the rest of my body went all the other places. Which wasn't great, and so I hit the ground, and then as I'm looking to see if bones are sticking out of my leg, I look 3 feet to my right, and I see a guy sitting unfazed, right, as if he didn't feel the tremors, all right, and so I'm laying on the ground, and people are just walking past me, again, unfazed, as if they're not walking past the guy who lost the fight to David in a slingshot, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get up. And the only thing that got me up off the ground was I remembered I had already paid $5 for my dinner, and I had 3 minutes to pick it up. And I only knew 2 things. 1, I couldn't afford the ambulance ride, and 2, I definitely couldn't pass up a $5 Kava deal. All right, you guys yeah, Kava's great. Yeah, it's on the Too Good To Go app. I can give you a referral code. It'll help us out. The app did ask me how my experience was, which was rude because not great. Getting there was a challenge. I almost didn't make it. Names are weird though, right? What's your name, sir? Mick? Nick, all right. All right, that's a good, is that a nickname? Yes. I told him to say that. No, because it could have been Nicholas. You could have been, but we're on nickname basis. All right, that's a nice name, Nick. I'm glad you're here. But I'm starting to think that the first mother to name her daughter Diane must have really hated that Ann lady.
Right? Went through the pains and joys of childbirth just to name her daughter Murder Ann? What kind of vendetta did she have? Also, did we start calling her Princess Di before? Or after? Right, because both are bad. If you're too young to know, there was a lady that we called Princess Di, and spoiler alert, she did. She did. So that was not great. You guys know about NASA? NASA, you know about NASA? No one? We went to the moon, gang. Maybe, all right? I was not there. But NASA's anniversary is coming up. I celebrated NASA's anniversary last year by asking my Hispanic friend if he knew how to spell NASA. And y'all know what he said? Nah, essay. So, like, does he know how to spell it, or does he just hate it? You got it, all right? You must, all right? Chicano, all right? I live in an apartment building. Everyone else, apartment buildings? No, you guys own land? What are you, stupid? Don't you know that rent is the same amount as a mortgage payment now? But you don't own it. So renting's way better, all right, because you don't own it. Because who would want to own an apartment building, right? Yeah. But no, I like my apartment because outside of my elevators, there's a table where people just leave free items on it. I guess it's stuff they bought, don't want. I don't understand their process of it at all. But what I do understand is that I will take every single thing that's left there, right? Like the other day, someone left a can of refried beans. I was like, all right, cool. I can have my 5th lunch today. And then I got back to my apartment and realized there wasn't a pull tab and that I don't own a can opener. So instead of returning it so like a functional adult could use it, it's just in my pantry until I acquire a can opener. Right? So I'm in the market is what I'm trying to say. So you have an extra can opener, just leave it outside of my elevators and I'll get it. But the other day someone left by far the weirdest item on that table. Someone left an unopened box of condoms.
Not that.
Unopened. Right? Has anyone in here ever gotten rid of an unopened box of condoms?
No.
No, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I know what everyone's thinking. I checked. They weren't magnums. It wasn't like someone called some dude's bluff, all right? But I kept thinking, trying to figure out why they left them there. Because again, they're unopened. And I was like, this has to be the saddest story ever told. Right? For free. Condoms. Never worn. Right? The saddest story you'll ever hear. Who needs 6 words when you can tell a sadder one in 5, right? Take that, Hemingway. You guys know about those baby shoes? No? Back in college, I got to MC one of my college's basketball games. It wasn't that impressive because I went to a very small school and I was one of 6 people who attended the game. So it was my turn, right? But I was excited too because I got to have a microphone and I was friends with the basketball team, so I was excited about that. And I was excited until I got the list of all the names I had to read. And I realized I only knew the basketball team by their nicknames. And I started to panic because they didn't have names like Patrick, all right? And I can't go up to the basketball team and ask them, hey, how do I pronounce your name? I've known them for 6 months, right? But I also couldn't go out there and go, ladies and gentlemen, your starting point guard, baby hands. Right? They told me I couldn't do that. Right? So I looked at the list and I studied it and I worked hard on it and I nailed it. Okay, I did okay. All right, I didn't mess up too bad. But I had worked so hard on this list that I forgot there was a second thing that I was supposed to do. Because I also had to introduce the national anthem. Right? Like Nick, if you had to introduce the national anthem, how would you do it? Okay. I was in America, but yeah, you might want to double check that before you do. Are you a professional though? Like, do you do that in Belgium? Because that was a million times better than what I did. Because what I did was I went out and I said,
Ladies and gentlemen, please bear with us for the national anthem. Please bear with us for that. And it was awkward, but someone went and they hit play on the CD player, and guess what, gang? We all bared through the national anthem, right? I didn't lie about what was about to take place. It's a long song. And we got through it. Switch things up. Let's get to know each other. Do we think exes can still be friends?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. You cheered as well? Yeah. Are you two exes? One day? things go according to plan? Did no one say no? Because no's the correct answer.
No.
All right, no's the correct answer. I don't know if we all know that. I mean, you guys can stay friends. I don't want to rain on that parade. But the correct answer is no, at least in my experience. And I'll tell everyone why it is no. I had an ex and we stayed friends. I know right now none of you believe that I actually had a friend. But we stayed friends until, and things were good until she started telling me about her new boyfriend. Yeah, not good. She said, and I quote, "He had an inch or two on me." An inch or two! Like, damn, she was dating someone 6'6". Unbelievable. This next question is for the ladies, though. Have you ever gone through a breakup and a male friend tried to comfort you by telling you that you deserve the best? Yeah. Do you know what he meant by that? Him? Did you sleep with him? Guys, it still works. We can still do it. Because you weren't supposed to. And now all the other women in the room are mad at you now. Because if I had to guess, he was not the best, right? No, yeah. Now fellas, right? Fellas, right? Fellas, have you ever gone through a breakup and a female friend tried to comfort you by telling you that you deserve the best? Fellas, we did the roo so we could be vulnerable, alright? Not so you all can be like, I've never been broken up with. I'm just out here breaking hearts, alright? Because I'll be vulnerable. That happened to me. I went through a breakup and a female friend tried to comfort me. She told me that I deserve the best. And gang, I got excited. Turns out it means a completely different thing when she says it. And I quickly found that out with the help of context clues of her next sentence, because she said, I deserve the best, I got excited. Then she says, she's somewhere out there. Far, far, far from this room. And that's how I learned that I was not the best. Are we a check writing crowd? Do we write checks? No, none of you are paying bills? All right, that's fine. You gotta start using checks because checks are magical, right? You can write, like, I don't know if this place accepts checks, but fingers crossed. Because checks are magical. You can write any amount of money on a check, whether you have it or not. If I wrote a check for my drink, it's what, Sunday? The earliest this place would find out that I don't have that $10 is Wednesday. That's a half a week. I'm back in DC. They'll never see me again. That's how great. Checks are so great. I'm taking them everywhere. I'm taking checks to the grocery store. I'm taking checks to the courthouse. I'm taking checks back to the courthouse. Gang, I'm taking checks to the gentleman's club. Yeah, just me with a full checkbook. The ladies love to see me coming. All right, I'm just in there making it rain checks. I'm just in there bouncing checks off a bouncing chest. All right, in the memo I'm writing, I hope this gets you through college. Because we both know it's not. That's fun. I did recently go back to a lady's place. Okay, no one believed that at all. I'm definitely not gonna marinate that in my entire drive home. To be fair, it was a year ago, so you were right to be skeptical. But we did. I went back to a lady's place and we were gonna watch a movie because that's what you do, right, Nick? That's the move, right? We're gonna watch a movie. Except she couldn't find her Fire TV remote, so she just asked me to help look. Gang, this is a girl I just met giving me permission to dig through her room, right? Like normally you have to wait till she goes to the bathroom to start doing that. And so while I'm looking, and obviously I'm not looking for the remote, because if we don't find that, best case scenario, right? And so while I'm looking, I find something clearly I was not supposed to find. I find an 8-inch long, roundish, pinkish item. Yeah, I stopped looking, gang. I figured I'd found what I was looking for. Until a few days later, she pulls out that same item. I'm like, all right, cool, cool, cool. Fun's gonna go down, cool. Gang, she started controlling her TV with it. Turns out, I don't know what a Fire TV remote or a vibrator looks like. I felt real dumb. It was not cool, cool, cool. Fun was not had. But fun was had tonight. Thank you, everyone. I've been Kevin Skiffington. One more time for Patrick.
Michael, y'all, did you have a good time tonight? Make some noise. Thank you so much for being here. Again, we do this every first Sunday. Please follow us on Instagram, Another Round Comedy. Let's go hang out in the AC in there, guys. Take care of each other. Get home safe. Thank you.